Hello my wonderful friends, it's me Sven from the channel BFD Drives, Sven's channel of scaled and real cars. Well, as you can notice here in the background, there are some cars and they're all looking quite the same. Well, except of the Ford cargo truck, but yeah, you may notice it. It's about the Ford Sierra. Well, actually you will notice it already at the title of the video. Anyway, so well, let's start about this special video that I'm dedicating to the Ford Sierra, which was built as the Mark I. The Mark I was built from summer 1982 to late 1986 until the Mark II was arriving. But well, now let's start about this wonderful car. So imagine back in the early 80s, the cars were looking like bricks, so a very boxy design, and then suddenly a car like this is appearing on a TV screen in an advertisement spot. And this happened to me. I can remember about the Ford Sierra appearing on TV. I was a small child. I was, I don't know, maybe in the first or second school class. So yeah, a young little boy back in the 80s. And yeah, I've seen a TV spot. Well, you've seen the car with this sleek design and you were thinking like, wow, this is so futuristic. Then there was also this electronic drawing of the car in this spot, and I was just like with an open mouth and wow, absolutely wow, in front of the television back at my uncle Dieter's home when my dad brought us, so my brother and I, over to his home. And Uncle Dieter was noticing that I am really much impressed about this car. And yeah, so well, let me show you the advertisement spot now.
Die andere Form der Wirtschaftlichkeit. Der Serienkomfort in großem Ausmaß. Die aktive Sicherheit bei hoher Leistung. Wann hat sich das letzte Mal jemand nach Ihrem Auto umgedreht? Linie, Logik, Leistung. Ford Sierra.
So, and guess what happened just, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks after I was seeing that advertisement spot. Well, let me zoom in. You can see the small Matchbox variation of the Ford Sierra. This is the XR4i. You can see a difference about the one here behind, because that one here, the big one, is an RS500 Cosworth, the top version with more than 200 horsepower. And this one here was the XR4i, very sporty with 150 horsepower. And yeah, let me show you the underbody. This is an old model. I've bought this used, so this is not the one that I've got from my Uncle Dieter. So my Uncle Dieter was just thinking, hey, he loves the new Ford Sierra, so well, why not giving it to him? Very nice. And I was having this as a, take a look at this. We had suspension back then at Matchbox. And yeah, I was getting this one here as a toy. This is fantastic. And well, the XR4i was a little different compared to the Cosworth. You can see here we had the big window on the Cosworth, while we had the split window on the XR4i. The spoiler was also a little bit different. We had double spoiler as well, but you can notice here this thing is going even longer until the end of the bumper. Here the second one, while here the spoiler's not going this far. So yeah, let's continue with some story about this car. So at the start in summer of 1982, we've got the 3-door and a 5-door hatchback. Here we are seeing the 5-door on the left side with the more narrow headlamps and the ribs in the grille. This is the base version. And on the right side, this is the one with the wider headlamps and the closed grille. This was the Ghia variation, the more luxury trim. And of course, the more luxury trim was looking way better. I'm thinking it was in 1984 or 85, maybe 85, when all of them got the better looking front. But anyway, so here we go. These, by the way, are model cars from the Salvat magazine of the Argentina 80 and 90 years collection. But I've got it without the magazine. I've only got the model cars because you are getting them here, yeah, pretty cheap. So here you can notice the cool cars. The Ghia, which is the blue one here, that's also a very common color. What you are seeing here, this bright blue metallic paint. I've seen this very often, exactly like that. I also had another classmate, what is it called, a co-worker who also had one like this, but actually her parents had it, and I was really liking it, and I was like, wow, it's really a cool car, even 10 years later. So the other one is the more basic one. You can also see there's no chrome trim and nothing, so yeah, so this was just what you have usually seen, and you've also seen them with the 3-door variation with the big side window as the Ford RS500 Cosworth has. But well, of course there have been even more body variations of this car. So back then we also had an estate. This one here is an Argentinian estate. You can notice the Cosworth grill, which has this air vent here. This was only common on the RS500 Cosworth here in Germany, so I've never seen one like with this front here as a normal Ford Sierra Tournier. Tournier is the brand name for the estate or wagon of this car. It's a pretty handy car. I mean, you can see the boot is really long, so you can load it up with lots of stuff. So very useful car, very practical car. Personally, I didn't like the design of the rear end of this one, but yeah, anyway, so this is the wagon. Then in 1983 we've got the XR4i. This here, by the way, is an XR4. This is the Argentinian version, but it's looking the same. You can also notice we have the splitted side windows, which was the typical thing on the XR4 variations. And yeah, so let me turn it around. So this has been the sporty trim of the Ford Sierra. We had the Ghia front grille, in this case with the red stripe. Keep in mind this here is the Argentinian version. Yeah, it had 150 horsepower, and well, you have to keep in mind this was really a well-designed car. It had a drag coefficient of 0.34. There was also the Mercedes-Benz W200, so the 190E and 190D. It had, I'm not sure now if it was 0.35 if I'm not mistaken. So also just around that. Only the Audi 100 C3, the third generation, was better. It had a coefficient of 0.30, and they all appeared in 1982. So this was the time when the cars were getting more aerodynamic instead of looking like a brick. But well, this is the XR4i. There was also an XR4x4, which came later in 1985. It replaced the XR4i. It got the 4-wheel drive, which was also later used for the Cosworth. But well, speaking about the Cosworth, so the Ford Sierra RS500 Cosworth, you can see this is really a sport machine. We have a double spoiler as well as at the XR4i, but it was looking a little bit different, because you can see here we are having this spoiler here. The second one is going as long as the bumper, so unlike at the XR4i, as you can notice here. This body here, this has more than 200 horsepower, and you can notice the car, it's looking different. We have here the RS500 Cosworth, so 200 horsepower, and very visible that this is a different Sierra. We have only the one big side window from the 3-door hatchback. And well, so here we can see also the grille. So in Germany we only had this grille here with the air vent here on the Cosworth. So not like this one here. We didn't have a Cosworth wagon. And yeah, you can also see the air vents here. This, by the way, guys, is in scale 1 to 18 from Solido, while the other ones, so with the other ones I mean these here, are in scale 1 to 43. The Ford Sierra was also a great success in Germany because it was actually replacing the Ford Taunus TC3, which has been the twin of the Ford Cortina Mk1 in UK. The Cortina was always a good seller, but the Taunus TC3 wasn't. But when the Sierra came out, it was getting very popular here in Germany. So, and there was also coming not a facelift, but well, kind of a facelift. I would say it's a facelift because it's looking like it was done based on this car. But the Mark II appeared in 1987, in January 1987, which got also a facelift in 1990. Well, the Cosworth here, by the way, this one was appearing in 1986, so just in the last year when we've got the Mark I. So this was the cream on top on the cake of the Ford Sierra. In UK, this car has been also very, very most wanted, not only by the buyers but also by robbers who also used them for bank robberies. I've heard that the insurance charges, if you wanted to buy one of these, has been incredibly high because the car was getting stolen this often. So well, it's so obvious when you're seeing this car that this is the Cosworth because it was looking so different. So later with the Mark II, it was based on the saloon and looking more normal, so that it's not getting stolen as often as this one here. So well, so it's a car that was getting love from the buyers as well as from the ones who stole it. So my love to the Ford Sierra started this early in my childhood. I've never bought one, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, maybe it happens at another time. Yeah, so here we can also see something that I've recently bought. The Ford Cargo tow truck and a Ford Sierra from Siku. Something you may notice is that the wheels were different compared to Matchbox or Hot Wheels. Let me zoom in. You can notice it also at the truck, but also here. Yeah, back then Siku wheels were so unique. So we have got the black wheels and white printed rims. This was something very unique of Siku. Well, when playing with them in the sand, these wheels didn't last long, so that was a pain in the ass if you was playing with it outside. But if inside on the carpet, no problem. And yeah, so here a Ford Sierra from Siku. Let me show you also the underbody of this beauty. Here once again, Ford Cargo. These light trucks also have been quite popular in my region. I can remember about them, to have seen them also quite often. Not as often as a Mercedes truck, but quite often. So here, looking like the Ghia with the front. 5-door. We can open the boot. And I can tell you, you have not a lot of space because this thing has a rear wheel drive. So it's really looking kind of like this. But nice looking car. So underbody Ford Sierra 2.3 Ghia. And Something very amazing is at Siku, you always got some information. So here 5 cylinders, no 6 cylinders, 2.3 liter, 114 horsepower and 190 kilometers per hour top speed. Very nice. So this is the Siku, made in Western Germany, as you can notice here. So this is an older production, and we still had 2 Germanys: Federal Republic of Germany, like as nowadays, and the German Democratic Republic. So, and now in scale 1 to 58, the Ford Sierra XR4i, like the one that I was getting as a gift from my uncle Dieter. Rest in peace, Dieter. He died several years ago. So XR4i, we have these splitted windows. In UK, I know it, in USA it was exported as Merkur XR4 Ti. People hated the splitted windows, but I find them very cool because they are so unique at this car. And then later, in 1983 we've got the XR4i, and in 1985 it got replaced by this one here, the XR4x4, which got all-wheel drive. It's also a Matchbox. I've got these bodies here, by the way, also very recently. Made in Macau, also scale 1 to 58, of course, Matchbox. I've bought them used. I'm not sure if I also got them from Model Dealer 24. Maybe he's also selling some spare parts for bigger diecast model cars, and also these toy cars, the used ones. So you may take a look at his channel, where he's also destroying the model cars that are already damaged, because he's trading these spare parts, so you can fix your car, your model car, if something is going broken. So that's how I got to know this channel and his shop. And so here XR4x4 and the XR4i. So in 1986, you remember, the Cosworth was appearing the last year. But I'm not only having these beauties from Matchbox, these classic ones. Of course, in the background you can see already there is something else. So these here I've got in, when was it? Was in 2023 or 2024? Well, these are 3 Ford Sierra Cosworth. You can notice it at the big side window and the grille. Well, it's not as beautiful detailed like the 1 to 43 scaled cars, and no tempos on the back, unfortunately. But these are the Hot Wheels mainline versions of the Ford Sierra that I found. There was also a black one in delivery, like the blue one, but I couldn't find that one. Actually, I could find it on eBay, but I didn't want to pay €4 minimum plus shipping. So I was deciding, just to keep on with these 3 ones. These 3, not once. It are 3, not 1. Not 1, it's 3. With these 3. So I'm sticking with them, and it's really amazing. I've also seen that in the new Nightburner set, the 5-pack of Hot Wheels, is also one of these bad boys included in white. And maybe I will find it someday, and then I will extend my collection of Sierras with one more Hot Wheels. So guys, I hope you found this video interesting. Wasn't easy to talk about that because I'm also not the native speaker. As you are knowing, I'm from Germany, and so I hope you don't mind if sometimes my English sounds a little bit gibberish, but it is. Thank you guys for watching, and let's see you next time with the next video. And I hope you enjoyed this kind of series. Maybe I can do another one with or about another car, and just let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to give me a thumb up, and leave a comment. See you next time. Bye bye.